David Benavidez fight.
Yeah. Let's make that fight happen. I'm gonna knock his.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, two-division world champion, currently the WBC reigning middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Jermall Lions Only Charlo. He did an interview and a sit-down with Brian Custer, in which Jermall Charlo, he was asked about possibly facing undefeated, two-time super middleweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer David Benavidez. And Jermall Charlo, he simply said he had enough of all of the talking. We know that David Benavidez, he has since been calling out Jermall Charlo since Jermall Charlo was asked about possibly going to 168 and fighting four-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer who currently is the unified WBC, WBA, 168-pound world champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez. And then that led into him possibly facing off against David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez at 168, David Benavidez at 168. And Jermall Charlo says absolutely, he'll go to 168, he'll fight David Benavidez, and not only will he fight him, but he's saying now that David Benavidez wouldn't even last 4 to 5 rounds. He says that David Benavidez has no defense, and he believes that he could knock out David Benavidez. Well, David Benavidez, he responded. He said, if you're truly about that life and back it up, let's fight in September. Let's make it happen. Jermall Charlo, they were going back and forth, in which Jermall Charlo stated that I'm not truly a 168-pounder. I'm not even a 160-pounder. But he says that maybe we could fight at a catch weight, right? At one point in time, he said he didn't want to fight somebody under 25 years of age and didn't take the, had to take the proper precautions due to the global pandemic. And people started to get on Jermall Charlo. They started to get at Jermall Charlo, saying that Jermall Charlo was avoiding David Benavidez. Jermall Charlo recently responded to David Benavidez's fight this past Saturday night, and he got a knockout stoppage victory in the 11th round over Ronald Ellis, that being David Benavidez. Jermall Charlo, he put the laughing emojis. He wasn't impressed with the performance. So now Jermall Charlo, he's done an interview and he responded to this. And essentially it sounds like he's just tired of all the talk about himself and David Benavidez, and he's ready to make that fight happen. So let's listen to what Jermall Charlo had to say regarding this.
Benavidez fight.
Yeah. Let's make that fight happen. I'm gonna knock his little punk ass out. I promise that. I put that on everything I love. I give him about 4 rounds, 5 rounds. I knock him out about 5 rounds, 6 rounds, no more. He get hit too much. I'm powerful. I'll explode on him. Trust me. I do my thing. I've been doing this all my life. Put me in there. Put me in there with the I'm a lion, bro. Let's get it.
Do you see you and David Benavidez?
So you heard it right there. He said that he's going to knock out David Benavidez. And he's saying, yeah, let's make that fight happen. I was under the mindset that I said that, Jermall Charlo, since he hadn't fought at 168, now he's a big 160-pounder. He stands at 6 feet tall, 74-inch arm reach. He's 30 years of age. He's a pretty big guy. I said that for him to get acclimated, I believe that he should fight a guy like Danny Jacobs, who recently moved up just 3 fights ago, if he fought Jermall Charlo. Because he fought Daniel Jacobs is 6 feet tall with a 74-inch arm reach. They have a storyline. They have history. They came face to face. It went global. And I believe that, Danny Jacobs, he hasn't fought a true 168-pounder yet. His 2 fights at 168 have been against Gabe Rosado and been against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., neither of which guy are natural 168-pounders. They both fought under 168 pounds. They both fought at 154 at one point in time. So I believe that this would be a perfect opportunity for Jermall Charlo to get acclimated to 168 pounds. And then should he beat Danny Jacobs, that's still a big fight. Because the last time we saw Jermall Charlo in the ring was September 26th of 2020. So it's been quite some time since he's been out the ring. Or should I say, since he's been in the ring. Okay? So I believe that he should fight Danny Jacobs maybe around June. Then he could help, start preparing for a fight with David Benavidez in September. Jermall Charlo, 31 wins, no losses, 22 wins by way of knockout. He's 30 years of age, stands at 6 feet tall with a 73-inch arm reach. Last time we saw him in the ring was September 26th when he took on and defeated Sergey Derevyanchenko via unanimous decision victory. So I believe that, he should go the route of facing Danny Jacobs, maybe in the end of May, maybe in June. That would be, in my opinion, the perfect scenario for Jermall Charlo to help start to get himself prepared for David Benavidez and get acclimated to 168 pounds. Now, Danny Jacobs is no walk in the park, but Danny Jacobs is a big guy. Danny Jacobs has power in both hands. So it's the perfect opportunity, and it's a huge fight, and it's a fight that people have been clamoring for quite some time. Danny Jacobs, 37 wins, 3 losses, 30 wins by way of knockout. One time he was knocked out early in his career. That was the first blemish on his resume. The 30 knockouts speak for itself on Danny Jacobs' resume. That lets you know he's very powerful. 34 years of age, stands at 6 feet tall with a 73-inch arm reach. So they have very, very similar, they're very compatible when it comes to size. Last time we saw Danny Jacobs in the ring was November 27th when he beat Gabe Rosario in a split decision. But a lot of people thought that Danny Jacobs should not have gotten a nod. They thought that Gabe Rosado should have gotten a nod. I personally thought that Gabe Rosado should have got the nod, or it should have been a draw, in my opinion. But nonetheless, it went in favor of Danny the Miracle Man Jacobs. But that was not his best performance nor his best outing. With that said, David Benavidez, 24-0, 21 wins by way of knockout. He's 24 years of age. Thus the reason why everybody was upset when Jermall Charlo stated that he didn't want to fight anybody under 25. David Benavidez stands at 6'2" with a 77-inch arm reach. And last time we saw him in the ring against Ronald Ellis, that was this past Saturday, and he got an 11th round TKO victory over Ronald Ellis. Now, so with that said, David Benavidez is a much bigger guy, than Ronald Ellis. David Benavidez is, 2 inches taller than Jermall Charlo. He has a 3-inch arm reach advantage over Jermall Charlo. But Jermall Charlo is 1,000% correct. David Benavidez, he gets hit a lot. Even in this fight with Ronald Ellis, he was getting hit a lot in this fight. He doesn't have the best defense in the world, and that's concerning when you're dealing with a guy like Jermall Charlo, who is very accurate, who's very technical, and has power in both hands, and has a beautiful jab, and is good counterpuncher, okay? And is very athletic, and he's very strong. I think this will be the toughest test in David Benavidez's career. I saw in, little things that was taking place in the Anthony Durrell fight that lead me to believe that Jermall Charlo can be successful against David Benavidez. But like I said, this is Jermall Charlo's first time going up against somebody that's going to be much bigger than him. Not much bigger, but slightly bigger than him. 2 inches taller than him, 3-inch arm reach advantage. That's bigger than him, okay? So that's why I said that he should face a guy like Danny Jacobs, because Danny Jacobs would be the biggest guy he's faced in his career. He's usually had the size advantage over most of his opponents during his career, at least at the height of his career, okay? At the upper echelon in his career. He's had the size advantage over Julian J. Rod Williams, Austin Trout, Sergey Derevyanchenko. He's had the size advantage over these guys, okay? When it comes to Danny Jacobs, that's not going to be the case, and Danny Jacobs can match him in power. Danny Jacobs can match him in technical ability. This will be the best fighter he's faced thus far. Now, Julian J. Rod Williams, he's definitely, very technical, very skilled guy, but he doesn't have the power of Danny Jacobs. He's not as big as Danny Jacobs. He's not as durable as Danny Jacobs. So with that said, this would be the toughest test for Jermall Charlo in his career, but it gets him prepared. Should he get past Danny Jacobs? Like I said, Danny Jacobs has power in both right hand and left hand. David Benavidez has power in both left hand and right hand. David Benavidez has very, very fast hands, like Danny Jacobs. He's rangy, like Danny Jacobs. The difference is that Danny Jacobs is more athletic than David Benavidez. He's more mobile than David Benavidez. So, thus, you put Jermall Charlo getting used to Danny Jacobs and the movement of Danny Jacobs. David Benavidez is going to be there to be hit. So he's not going to utilize as much of the ring and movement as Danny Jacobs would use. So that would help him get prepared, for David Benavidez come forward style and his power and his range. And I believe that Jermall Charlo ultimately will win the fight against David Benavidez. But it's a massive fight. It's a mega fight. And if he followed that blueprint of fighting Danny Jacobs and beating Danny Jacobs and then fighting David Benavidez and beating David Benavidez, well, there is no reason that Saul Canelo Alvarez, who has his next two fights already mapped out, May 8th, he'll be facing WBO super middleweight 2-division world champion superstar boxer Billy Joe Saunders, who's undefeated for the WBO belt. That's a unification belt, 3 belts on the line. Then he plans to face Caleb Plant, undefeated IBF super middleweight world champion superstar boxer in September, actually September 11th, for an undisputed match. But then he said he was looking to get back in the ring in December. He wants to have 4 fights. So, David Benavidez, Jermall Charlo winner, they make a strong case for themselves. So you heard Jermall Charlo. He says that he's going to knock out David Benavidez. He says make the fight happen now. He's tired of all the talk. So let's just listen to what he had to say one more time.
Let's make that fight happen. I'm going to knock his little punk ass out. I promise that. I put that on everything I love. I give him about 4 rounds, 5 rounds. I knock him out about 5 rounds, 6 rounds, no more. He get hit too much. I'm powerful. I'll explode on him. Trust me. I do my thing. I've been doing this all my life. Put me in there. Put me in there with the I'm a lion, bro. Let's get it.
Do you see you and David?
So you heard it. You heard it right there. Jermall Charlo said, I'm a lion. Let's make it happen. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Oh, it is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down. You know what I mean? The best.